He was special.
The MCU is officially cooked. I went to go see Guardians 3 and I gotta say, it was pretty good. This video was kind of originally supposed to be a video review for that movie, but honestly, thinking about it, I don't really want to do that with this quick video I'm about to make. I'm still going to talk about it for a bit. Guardians 3 was definitely one of the few and honestly the only project I was looking into the MCU after the No Way Home dropped. It didn't disappoint at all though. I thought it was a good ass conclusion to the Guardians, and while I did have some minor issues with it, they didn't really seem to bother me like that. One thing that did bother me was the whole Peter and Gamora thing. I understand they were in a relationship the whole trilogy, but I don't know. It seemed like the whole thing was forced and pretty unfunny. Not like MCU jokes are really that funny to me anymore, but it's just the whole dynamic between them felt like a chore to watch in this one. The whole theme or mood between them is basically Peter is trying his best to get Gamora back, or what it seems like, and obviously due to the events of Infinity War Endgame, this is not the same Gamora we knew back then. This Gamora has no idea who Peter is, and it seems like Peter doesn't get this message until the end of the movie. It didn't ruin the movie for me though. I thought what they did with Rocket, going to his backstory, was something that got me really intrigued. I do wish Rocket was a bit more involved in the movie, because it felt like other than his backstory, he was only in the movie for like the end of it. The whole plot of Guardians 3 is to save Rocket from death, and especially with how Rocket is my favorite Guardian, I'm kind of disappointed with how I didn't get to see him much in action. And to be honest, the way this movie was being advertised, I really thought this would be the end of his story, if not him, one of the main characters, considering this is the finale. Adam Warlock was cool, even though he was kind of a fucking joke. I really don't know much about Adam Warlock, so I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know how he's supposed to be portrayed, but the way the last movie hyped him up, I really thought this dude was gonna be the shit. Guess not though. Bro got fucking humbled at the start of the movie. I would also like to point out that almost the entire plot is moving forward, with Adam being made, Rocket being on the brink of death, the Sovereign going after them still, is only because Rocket stole a couple batteries from them almost a decade ago. The amount of fucking pettiness from this bitch is an all-time high. Aisha, I am happy I got to see you die. Action was cool, acting was amazing. Overall, I 100% recommend that you buy that ticket at your local theater and watch a good MCU movie one last time. Although, I'm afraid it's over, man. Ever since Endgame, it seems like Marvel and Disney are putting out these projects that just don't seem appealing. The one thing that made the MCU fun and made it worthwhile is that it was really consistent in quality. This is something I realized a few days ago. You know, back as a kid, I was always heading into the theater, just excited how good the movie was gonna be. I remember heading into the theater of Iron Man 3 and I just fucking hated it. I felt like the story was just misutilized, and to be honest, I was just salty I didn't get to see the Mandarin. And I was this lame ass guy that I had no care for. I remember going into these movies hoping they'd be good and just not a cash grab, but now it seems like all these projects being put out feel like that. You look at Doctor Strange 2, and it feels like you love this movie or you hate this movie with the base around it. And to me, it's just another mediocre movie. Thor 4, which is a film that honestly should have been shit on way more. I don't know why people are giving this movie so much leeway. They made the coldest villain in history, the God Butcher as they say, who didn't murder a single god at all in the movie. And no, I'm not counting the one at the beginning, as that was literally self-defense. Plus, he wasn't even really in the movie, he had like 4 or 5 scenes. The jokes were also unbearable. You know how you got tired of those jokes after Infinity War? Well, with Thor Love and Thunder, they treat it like a fucking Adult Swim show. They make a joke every damn time, and it gets so annoying. And some people say you should view it as a rom-com or some shit, but for one, it's not funny. And 2, I feel like this movie is still trying to take itself too seriously. There's themes of slavery, losing family, cancer is a huge topic in it. Children are literally being kidnapped in this movie, and the plot is to rescue them, basically. Then a few scenes later, the so-called defenseless children know how to fight like fucking warriors if they were trained in Asgard. I mean, this movie is just out of fucking place to me. Overall, it's a shit show. Then you got She-Hulk. Now listen, this one gets a lot of controversy with Megan Thee Stallion and Jennifer showing some ass.
Well, I'm the hottest, you ain't never gotta hit me if I'm
Oh, you are way more fun than my last lawyer. I will kill for you, Megan Thee Stallion.
Because now, I know what I must do. I will shred this universe down to its last atom.
But it's just a show that I can't care about. I was already complaining about how Thor's comedy basically just killed me as an MCU fan almost. Knowing She-Hulk's plot and how She-Hulk's comic is as a comedy, I'm just gonna be burnt out by the jokes at this point. So no, I haven't seen this one and I don't really plan to. Black Panther 2 was something I was looking forward to, but unfortunately due to the passing of Chadwick Boseman, I can't really care about the film like that. I was only going to see the Black Panther movies just for him. When Civil War was released, I wanted to see T'Challa just kick ass and avenge his father, and I was all on board with how he was portrayed. Although things got complicated sadly, and now I don't really have an interest in it. Shuri and Nakia are characters that just aren't interesting enough to have their own movies in my opinion. Ant-Man 3 was pretty meh.
No. He tried it.
I can go into more projects of theirs, but I don't want to make this video too long to make a point you guys already probably see right now. A lot of these films or shows are just doing the same redundant stuff that they've been doing for the past 15 years now, with the type of jokes and build up for the next movie. You want to know why I like the Guardians 3? I like the characters. I feel their motivations make sense. There's actual tension, I believe. The movie doesn't feel the need to put out a connect the dots movie with its own universe and stands well on its own quality. The Batman was viewed as one of the best movies in 2022 and was for a good reason. The main thing that made me relieved as a fan of Batman was them not doing this stupid bullshit with the character and being so focused on other characters rather than Batman himself. When you do that as a maker of a movie, you are making actual development for your main character. Coming out of a good movie makes you think, wow, I really want to see another one of those. Coming out of an MCU movie for me now, it feels like you just have to keep up to date since you want to be part of the fandom so much. And at a point it feels like they're just putting garbage at your face. But one thing that makes it somewhat scary is how influential the universe is. You look at these other companies starting these other universes, and the only thought you can hope is that they don't fuck it up. The hilarious thing is DC has a great opportunity to take over the scene, but you know, since they're managed by Kathleen Kennedy, I don't think they'll be taking over anything anytime soon. At this point, it feels like MCU fans and all these other cinematic universes are on the same boat now.
Who are you?
Just a man who's lost a lot of time, like you.
Anyways, in about 2 weeks, the sequel to like the best superhero movie ever is coming out. After that, it's gonna be a while for a good superhero film to take over. Probably for the best since Marvel needs to start getting humbled for putting out garbage now. I'm out though.